with us, and that's really what this is about. We actually we're going to be doing, we were doing meeting to do the 7 o'clock prayer every night or on Monday nights, but actually we've hit pause on that, and I'll talk about what we're doing here in just a second. But I just want to say thanks so much, and thank you again. I always want to say this. Thanks so much for, number one, tuning in on Sunday morning. We just did week three. Week three of
1 week left.
Yeah, week 3 of The Invisible Enemy. And just thanks so much for the feedback, really encouraging feedback. And I knew the Lord was saying, hey, let's do this. Let's go ahead and teach on Paul's letter there in that passage. And it's been fun for me to do the research and to actually get the messages out. And I've very much looked forward to those. And so thanks so much that evidently the Lord is using that to connect with you and minister to you. And that's you, and bless you.
Sorry.
We're outside and allergies are happening. So hey, that's just yeah. Well,
down.
you know what? It's okay. Everybody sneezes. That's my next book. I'm gonna write anyway. But thanks so much for tuning in, man. We want to connect, and hopefully that you are making a list as we talked about this week for what you're thankful for and who you're grateful for. And
I was gonna say our study group. We met on Zoom on Sunday afternoon and wrote down and put on our phones and took a quick screenshot of all of us and our 3 things we're grateful for, which is really cool.
So good
that we can even come up with those during the pandemic.
I know it's huge. It makes a difference, right? Makes a big difference. So hey, if you were tuning in, like I mentioned earlier, we're hitting pause on praying at 7. You can pray at 7 if you want, sure. But really, just some of the local churches, local pastors that I'm friends with, we just had this idea to say, man, what if we really did something? Bless you. See, she covered. So it's okay. You know what? This is just real, right? That's why we do it live. But we said, hey, what if we got more churches together and prayed? And so we came with this 404 prayer initiative, and just a tip of the hat to Brian Bloy over at Westridge Church, which is a dear friend. He's a dear friend of mine, and just said, man, what about all the churches that we are in connection with through all of our different organizations, whatnot. And so we literally have hundreds and hundreds of churches throughout Georgia who are saying, yeah, let's pray. And so we said, hey, all the different pastors, send in a devotional, just a 4-minute devotional. So at 4:04, we're going to actually, as churches, all of us are going to put up just different devotionals, different pastors, and then leading us through prayer. And so hopefully that you're able to tune into that, and it'll be on the website every day. So pray. We're going to pray our guts out during this pandemic. Now, if you were also able to tune in, you would have heard us say, in light of just some conversations we've had with our partner Must Ministries and the interview I had with Ike Reichert, man, they just need help in a lot of different areas. And so financially, we just said, hey, could we just up some of our financial support? And so we just felt led to give them $10,000. Say, please, we know that you need this. And we asked them, we said, what is your greatest need? And they said, well, there are many of them, food and things like that. But one of the needs they have is they've also been housing people in their, of course, on their campus, but they can't do that now. And so because of the pandemic, right? They don't want to infect other families. Yeah, exactly right. And so what they've been doing is paying for giving people hotel vouchers. And hotels have been working with them. And so we said, hey, if that's what you need, we're going to give $10,000 towards that. And so we're able to, North Metro, because of your generosity, we are able to literally in a protective way, house many, many, many families during forever, how long the season is. And so thank you again. I keep saying it. We're able to be a generous church simply because you're so generous and so faithful and so on mission with us. And so we're going to continue to do that. One of the things we're also going to do is we've asked Must to say, hey, can you bring some of those barrels? They have these amazing barrels. I mean, barrels are, I don't know how amazing a barrel can be, but they're great barrels. I think they're blue, which that's my favorite color. And so who cares? But anyway, and we're going to fill those up with food. So we're going to do a food drive. So more details about this weekend, but we're going to do that. And I was talking with other pastors, and we're saying, you know what, in true North Metro form, I bet we will just overfill these barrels full of food. And so I hope that's the case, because as you would imagine, there are a lot of people that are hungry. If you watch the interview with Ike Reichert, it's alarming and of course deeply heartbreaking. They're feeding in what they usually had to feed the number of people in 1 month. I think they've done triple that in 2 weeks. Yeah. And so many
food insecurities right now.
Yeah, a lot of food insecurity. Yeah, and so anyway, just praying our guts out, but also doing what we can. And so thank you ahead of time. Thank you in advance for helping us with that.
Just a reminder, this Fun Friday is trivia, and so we're doing it via Zoom. So be sure to download Zoom and Kahoot beforehand on 2 separate devices.
Yep, yeah, I know we had a lot of people jump on, play Kahoot last time, and they said it was so much fun. And so to get the Zoom link, they can just go to northmetro.org. That's kind of our thing, isn't it? northmetro.org. Just go there.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, evidently that's what you're going to do. And I think they're giving a winner, right? There's.
Oh, yes, they are. I'm
You're
sorry.
seeing it right there. How much are they getting?
They're getting $20 to Amazon.
An Amazon gift card for $20. How awesome. That's so good. Annie, what are you thinking about?
Well, I'm thinking about the Family Weekly Challenge.
Yes, you are.
So this week we're doing trick shots. So if you don't know what that is, Google, YouTube, Dude Perfect Trick Shots.
Yes.
You can find them anywhere. So post it on social media, use the hashtag NMC Better Together.
Yeah.
And then they'll be picking the top 5 winners.
Yeah,
day?
on Saturday. One day in the
One
future.
day or another.
No, it's one day or another. Saturday, I think they're doing. Yeah,
yeah.
Dude Perfect is really cool. Like, if you ever have those moments when you kind of get sucked into YouTube watching videos, you're like, how did I even get here? Dude Perfect, that is one of the coolest things. Some of the trick shots. So anyway, go on there and check those things out and do some of your own trick shots.
And parents, if you're still looking for content for your children, again, if you'll go for kids and for students, if you go to northmetro.org. I was waiting for you to finish.
That's it, sorry.
northmetro.org, which is where you go for all the info that we talk about every week.
Yep, great stuff. Hey, also, for those of you who are saying, man, I really want North Metro Church to be a part of our church, we have Welcome Home, having it again, we're doing this in 2 weeks, and it's all on Zoom, it's all online. So for those of you going, man, I want this church to be a part of my church, I want to be a part of this church. My words aren't coming today. I don't know what the deal is. But if you're saying, hey, I want North Metro Church to be my church, Welcome Home is your step. And so you can sign up at northmetro.org. Same place, yeah. And here's what's cool. I was going to say, yes, you go.
No.
Well, I'm just saying it's so cool. We were talking about this earlier today. We have a Welcome Home going on right now. We have someone from the Bahamas. Yeah. And here's how cool this is. This lady, her friend goes to North Metro, and she's from the Bahamas. And so she's talking with a friend. She's like, I don't have a church. I'm a church home. I'm in Bahamas. She's like, well, tune in online. So she's been tuning in online, and she's like, can this be my church? We're like, this is the new normal. Yes. Yeah. So she's jumping into Welcome Home online, and then going to jump into a community group. And then we have someone from New Jersey. Same situation to say, man, I've been watching and I want to be a part of this church. Can we try this community thing, this connection thing via online? Yes, we can. Definitely. So
it's one of the, if you can call it that, the silver lining of this pandemic is that people are looking for somewhere to worship. Yeah. And so, and if you have people that you know that watch your Facebook, that you're friends with on your Facebook feed or whatever, be sure to let them know that we are every Sunday morning at 9:30 and 11:30. They can join us for worship, and then the Welcome Home.
That's right. It's May 17th and 24th, but go to northmetro.org and sign up right there. Yeah. Good
Speaking
stuff.
of church and worship, yes. I know a lot of you have been wondering, like, with all the new reopenings with everything, what does that look like for North Metro Church? So, Rob, what does that look like for North Metro Church?
I don't know. No, here's the thing. We are going to be very careful. Yeah. People's health is a big deal. We want to be socially responsible, just like we've been. And so we know we've had a lot of conversations about saying, hey, when we can do church in an engaging way, in a safe way, in a responsible way, right. Then that's when we're going to do it. People said, well, can we start meeting small groups? We're having those conversations right now. And so we know we will adhere to all the CDC guidelines and all those things. But I tell you what, as soon as we know and as soon as we feel that it's time to start doing that, I promise you will be the first or maybe the second to know, right?
It's a great moment for the scripture, we will wait upon the Lord.
Yeah, right? Exactly right.
Discernment and wisdom.
Yeah. So we are eager to meet at the same time. Well, we want to be safe. And the great thing is is that I believe, I know I'm biased, but I believe our online experience is really, really good. And we've gotten great feedback from that. And people continue to connect and people jumping into groups. And so,
it may not be the same, but it's still
Yeah.
something sacred. So that's what's been beautiful.
That's right. That's
Just
right.
keep moving. And
Yeah, and we got kids ministry. We're always asked the question, how do you do kids ministry? Who's going to drop their kids off at the kids ministry? So we always want to say, man, we want to be safe. And we know we know right now there are many people who are like going, man, we're ready to go back now. And there's some people saying, man, I just want to wait. So which brings me to, we have the survey that we are doing. We're asking people to do actually every week. It doesn't take but maybe like 2 or 3 minutes, because we want to have a continual pulse, finger on our pulse of what's going on of our church family. And so I'm asking you, begging you. One of those questions on there actually is about, hey, what do you feel about church starting up again? But there's a lot of other information. So we use that information in real time to know, how can we minister to our people? What do we need to, what calls do we need to make? What do we need to offer? How can we serve our people? And so it's a big deal. So please take a second and go to northmetro.org and fill out that survey. Hey, thanks so much for being with us. It's just a few minutes, but we love just checking in. And in all this pandemic, this has been hard, right? I mean, Sunday we're so used to seeing everybody and getting hugs and just praying together and worshiping together and learning together. And this is hard. The church was not built for social distancing by any means, right? We're just saying, man, let's be together. But for now, we'll have to just be together like this. And we know that this will end and we'll come back to whatever normal looks like in the future. And until that time, we're going to pray our guts out, and so much to pray for these days. So thanks so much. We really, really appreciate it. We miss you so much.
Bye. See you next
Bye.
week.
See you next week.